So, what is passive income? Okay, obviously it's the elusive monster that everybody wants, more passive income. But what is it and how do you get it? Okay, we're going to talk about that in today's training. Hey everyone, it's Mike Adams, and on this channel we empower individuals to achieve freedom. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to click subscribe, click the bell, so that way you get notified on any and all of our future content. So today we're going to be talking about passive income. And so many people out there, that's what they want, is they want that passive income, but many folks don't actually know what it is. I've had many clients, come up to me and they're like, Mike, I have a job and sometimes I get bonuses. Is that passive income? When I get a bonus, is that something that is passive? And the bottom line is, no. The answer on that is absolutely not. If you have a job and you're exchanging your time to make money, so for you to get that bonus, you have to physically go to work and do your job really well to qualify for that bonus. Either way, you had to go to work to get that money, to go get that bonus. So that is not passive income. That's what we call active income. So that's the money that you have to physically go and work for, whether that's you exchanging time for money or even as a business owner. Okay, for most business owners, their income is very, very active. Okay, so yes, they own the business, but if they're working within the business, and most entrepreneurs that I know are working, 60, 70, 80-hour weeks inside of their business, developing their income streams, developing their cash flow. So, early on as a business owner, it is very, very, very active income, same as an employee, totally active income. You see, passive income, and let me just define it, okay? Passive income is money that you make or money that comes into you. It comes into your account. It hits your bank account every single month without you having to intervene. Okay, whether that is with your time or your attention, okay? It takes, I'll say, little to none, okay, as far as your attention for that money to come in. And for most folks that I work with, most real estate investors that I work with that own large portfolios, as far as their involvement, it's as much as checking their statement at the end of the month to look at the numbers, look at the amount of cash flow that hit their bank account for the month, and that's about it. But for the most part, a passive investment or passive income comes from an asset or an investment that delivers money to you. Money comes into your household, whether you show up and physically exchange time or effort for that money or not. That's passive income. And so how do you start developing passive income stream? So there's really three ways that you can generate passive income. Number one is through having a business. So we talked about early on as a business owner where it's very, very, very active. As you're putting your systems in place, you're not just going to start a business, whether you buy a business or just start a business, you're not going to just have passive income rolling in the door day one. It's going to take a lot of work to develop that system into, number one, a profitable business. And then for two, depending on the type of business you have, training the proper staff or support people underneath you to pull yourself up and out of the daily operations of that business. Okay, you won't start getting passive income from your business until you're able to step away from it and the money comes in without your direct time involvement or not. Okay, and so depending on the type of business, we're talking a brick and mortar business, it could take years for you to develop your staff to the point where you could actually walk away and the income stream doesn't suffer. But as with many brick and mortar businesses, you never get to that point. The person who started the business wants to stay involved for the long, long haul, and they end up usually always staying active. So, but certain types of businesses offer really good avenues towards passive income streams. So you can just dig a little bit deeper on that. The second way you can start generating passive income is through investments. And there's plenty of investments out there that generate a nice rate of return. And if you're out there and let's say you have money that you have available and you put it into some investments and they give you a great rate of return, and that rate of return is higher than inflation. So you are seeing a net positive rate of return. Okay, your money is growing whether you are intervening or not. So appreciation inside of your portfolio is passive growth in your portfolio. Secondly, with investments, you could also acquire investments that pay out what's called a dividend. And a dividend is something that comes out sometimes annually, sometimes quarterly, sometimes monthly, depending on the stock. And again, that's just an additional payout that comes to you as a shareholder of that particular stock. So through investments going up in appreciation, going up in value passively, and also through dividends, investments can provide you passive income. And the third way to get passive income will be through real estate investing. And again, early on, as you're learning about real estate investing and really just getting your feet wet inside of the business, it's not going to be passive day one. Now, I will say this, okay? If you're a new investor and you don't have a lot of capital to bring to the table, let me take a step back. If you don't have a ton of capital to bring to the table early on in your investing career, it's going to be very, very, very active. Many investors are going to start off as wholesalers, where that is the most active way to invest, period, because you got to go out there and find all the deals, right? And you're going to be knocking doors, doing things like that. If you're coming to the game with a bunch of capital, okay, and you're like, look, I have a busy career, I'm busy with my business, but I have capital, I just want to park it somewhere for a rate of return. Well, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of folks in my network that would welcome your capital and from there put it to work for you. And you could certainly dive into the game passively. And again, I wouldn't recommend that just because you have capital, right? Warren Buffett said it best, okay? Only invest in things that you actually understand. Okay, so if you've always been a stock market investor, or maybe you've been a nothing investor, just the 401k at your job, just because you have a little capital, stashed away in your savings or wherever, doesn't mean take it and go put it into a real estate deal. Only invest in the things that you actually understand. So take the time. Just like understanding the stock market or anything else, real estate investing takes time to learn about, and it takes time and truly you need to be willing to invest in yourself to learn more about real estate investing before you just go ahead and pull the trigger and start going out there and doing it and end up losing money on a deal. Now, with real estate investing, there's all types of different strategies that you can use to make money. And again, some of them are active, some of them are passive. We mentioned the wholesaling, very, very active because you're out there, pounding the pavement and beating the street. Fix and flip. For those of you that are into the fix and flip shows and rehabbers, that's a very, very active business. You got to be turning houses constantly to keep that business going. If you're looking for passive income, you're going to look for more buy and hold strategies. So whether that's with single family rental properties, whether that's duplexes, apartment complexes, whether that's commercial buildings, whether that's actually working with just the notes themselves, where you are actually the bank and just controlling the note against property, which is a very, very, very passive way to make money in real estate. So either way, real estate investing, certain strategies are great ways to acquire and start building up your passive income streams. So that's the difference between passive income and active income. And those are the three ways that you can start growing your passive income streams. If you found value in this training, make sure to give it a comment, give it a like below, and I will see you guys in the next training.